I've been thinking about productivity and teamwork a lot lately because of AI tools that I'm using, most specifically an AI agent that's helping me organize my work. And as I think about all the tasks that we complete on a day-to-day basis, and I start to create these projects and goals and tasks associated with each, it's becoming clearer and clearer to me that there's so many things that run in our operating system on a regular basis that we don't account for. And as we begin to account, myself and my team, it becomes more apparent to me how much my expectations are not in line with reality, not only for myself, but for them. So in life, we seek balance, and there's all kinds of self-help and various things out there for getting things organized, getting your life organized. For me, it comes down to values and how my goals are aligned with my values. And then the tasks that I'm performing, are they aligned with my goals? And so there's this constant alignment of values, goals, and tasks where I'm asking myself whether or not I'm doing the things that are really important. And I wrote a Substack on that recently, values, goals, and tasks, and Eisenhower framework for making decisions. This is not so much about making decisions, but it's more about understanding ourselves so that we can be valuable to our teams, but also valuing our teams and building strong teams through transparency and expectations and communication. And so, strangely, this very unhuman thing that I'm doing, building this AI agent that's helping me organize, is also creating a framework in my mind where my expectations are not aligned with reality in terms of the number of hours we have in a day, the number of tasks we can actually complete, and creating a system of efficiency that doesn't have that attention deficit sort of jumping from one project to the next feel. And so I'm hoping to provide more and more context over time about team building and working on teams. But suffice it to say that I think step one in having a strong and functioning team is having a strong and functioning project management framework. A great project manager, if you're lucky enough to have a big enough team where you can hire a full-time project manager, is wonderful. But in the absence of that, in smaller teams, I think it's really important for there to be some version of this overlying structure of here are our goals, here is the actual scope of the projects that we're working on, and these are the tasks that we can actually complete today, tomorrow, this week, this month, this quarter. And so, in working with the artificial intelligence, a really cool part of that is you can't make assumptions. You can't assume that the instructions you provide are being translated clearly. So, in addition to having a clear framework, creating the framework requires that you question all your assumptions, all the things that you think are communicated when you're giving an instruction or outlining a project, reorganizing a specific goal. We think we might communicate well in terms of setting the parameters of those tasks and setting, the expectations of why this is important and how we're going to carry out various activities. But I've learned in talking with computers over the past several weeks that there are lots of assumptions in communication. And so another sort of very unexpected outcome in these past few weeks has been this recognition of the assumptions we make in communication and understanding that what you understand in your mind is layered with all kinds of complexity and associations and beliefs and ideas. And if those aren't communicated well, it's really hard for people on your team to understand, most importantly, the significance of the things they're being asked and how they fit into the context of the grand scheme of projects and goals and tasks. So, as I lay out my framework, projects, goals, tasks, and work with my team to build better project management, I feel like I'm becoming a better communicator. I ask more questions about understanding, about expectations, about why things are important or not important. And I'm also open to feedback in a way that I might not have been before I started to question the assumptions I made in my communication. So, strangely, artificial intelligence has, I think, helped me be a better communicate human to human. And I'm hoping that that will continue. Thanks for taking some time to listen.